Welcome back to Coin Cash King Information Channel, where ordinary coins turn into extraordinary treasure. Today you're going to discover 5 Australian coins that could shock you right out of your seat. Some of those coins, if sitting unnoticed in your collection or pocket change, could be worthy. That's not a type. And no, you don't need to be a millionaire to own one. You might already have it and not even know. We're about to uncover rare designs, mysterious mint errors, and stories that tie Australian history right into the palm of your hand. And trust me, every single coin we're about to explore hides a surprise that could leave you speechless. Now, before we jump into the first Australian 10-cent coin from 1976, take a moment to look at your change jar, your dresser drawer, even that old coffee can in the garage, because racing to check if your coin matches one of these rare, mind-blowing finds now. I am ready when you are. Go ahead and send me the first coin picture or details, and I will start crafting its story with all the drama, value, and excitement packed in. Now take a closer look at this coin. At first glance, it looks like any regular Australian coin. In today's video, we're going to talk about one of the most highly sought-after treasures from Australia's decimal coinage era, the Australian 10-cent coin from 1976. Now, at first glance, a 10-cent piece may look ordinary, but believe me, this particular coin, especially when preserved in fine condition, has turned into a hot topic among collectors and investors. The coin is becoming increasingly scarce, and when it shows up in auctions or private sales, it attracts big attention and strong bidding competition. If you have one of these in your collection or you come across it in circulation, you could be holding on to something worth far more than just 10 cents. The Australian 10-cent coin was first introduced in 1966. As part of the country's transition to the decimal currency system, replacing the old shilling. Designed by Stuart Devlin, Australia's renowned goldsmith and jeweler, the coin carries his signature touch of elegance and detail. By 1976, Australia was just a decade into its decimal system, and coins like the 10-cent piece were widely circulated, becoming part of everyday transactions. However, what makes the 1976 year stand out is the limited survival of these coins in collectible quality. While millions were minted for circulation, most were used heavily and worn down over time. Today, locating a 1976 Australia 10-cent coin in fine condition or better is becoming more and more challenging, which is why demand has grown steadily in the collector market. Now let's talk about what makes this coin truly special. On the obverse, or the front, we have the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This iconic portrait was used throughout the 1970s and is instantly recognizable to collectors worldwide. On the reverse side, we see one of Stuart Devlin's most celebrated designs, the image of the majestic lyrebird, a symbol of Australia's unique wildlife and cultural identity. The detailing on the feathers of the lyrebird is simply stunning, and when viewed on a well-preserved coin, it is a true work of art. Collectors value not only the historical significance of this coin, but also the craftsmanship and symbolism behind its design. Each 1976 Australia 10-cent piece is struck in copper nickel, giving it durability, but also a timeless silvery finish that shines beautifully when maintained well. Now here's where things get exciting. The 1976 Australian 10-cent coin is considered rare in the collector's world, especially in higher grades. Most examples in circulation today are heavily worn, scratched, or damaged, making fine-condition coins extremely hard to come by. This rarity has created strong demand, and collectors are always on the lookout for them to complete their decimal coin sets. The coin is especially attractive to both local Australian collectors and international enthusiasts who appreciate the artistry and historical significance. In recent years, we've seen a growing interest in the 1970s coinage from Australia, and the 1976 Australia 10-cent coin is among the standout pieces. Every year that passes makes these coins harder to find, which only pushes up their desirability and market value. So, what is the 1976 Australian 10-cent coin worth today in fine condition, in the auction market and among private collectors? While exact prices vary depending on the condition, eye appeal, and demand at the time, a fine condition example is often valued anywhere $412,000, with particularly sharp and well-preserved examples pushing even higher. When coins appear in auctions, competitive bidding can drive the price well above expectations. This means that if you have a 1976 Australia 10-cent coin in fine or better condition, you may be sitting on a small but very valuable treasure that is highly desirable in today's collector market. If you're interested in collecting or investing in the 1976 Australian 10-cent coin, here are a few helpful tips. First, always check the condition carefully. Look for coins with minimal wear, sharp details on the lyrebird feathers, and a clear portrait of the queen. Even a slight improvement in condition can make a huge difference in value. Second, consider storing your coins properly in protective holders or coin albums to preserve their luster and prevent damage. Third, keep an eye on auction sites and collector forums, as demand for these coins often creates exciting opportunities to buy, sell, or trade. Finally, remember that the 1976 10-cent coin is not just a collectible, but also a historical piece of Australia's decimal journey, making it a valuable addition to any serious coin collection. In conclusion, the year 1976 Australian 10-cent coin is more than just pocket change. It's a rare and beautiful piece of numismatic history that continues to rise in value and demand. With its iconic design, historical significance, and growing rarity, it has cemented its place as one of the standout coins of its era. Collectors around the world are seeking it out, and its presence in fine condition makes it a highly prized possession. If you come across one of these coins, don't overlook it. It could be worth many times its face value. The Australian 10-cent coin from 1976 proves that even the smallest denominations can carry big stories and even bigger value in today's auction market. And like to subscribe my channel. Next up, in today's video, we are going to take a close look at one of the most surprising gems in modern Australian coinage, the 2005 Australian 10-cent coin with unique yellow dot toning found in very fine condition. At first glance, it may seem just another small denomination coin, but for collectors who truly understand the market, this particular piece has become a hot item in today's auctions. With its unique features, historical background, and growing demand, it is no exaggeration to say that the year 2005 Australia 10-cent coin with yellow dots has transformed into a true treasure in the world of numismatics. The Australian 10-cent coin was first introduced in 1966, when decimal currency replaced the old pounds and shillings. Over the decades, it has remained one of the most widely circulated coins, featuring the distinctive image of a lyrebird on the reverse, a design by Stuart Devlin that has become iconic in Australian coinage. By 2005, the Royal Australian Mint had been producing these coins for nearly 4 decades, and while millions were struck, not all pieces were created equal. Certain minting batches or natural aging processes have led to unique variations, giving some coins an incredible collector's appeal. The 2005 issue in particular has attracted attention due to rare examples showing unusual yellow dot markings, which make them stand out dramatically from regular circulation coins. What truly sets this coin apart is the appearance of small yellow dots, or toning on both the obverse and reverse surfaces. These yellow patterns are not just ordinary wear. Rather, they are seen as natural toning effects that have occurred over time, creating a distinct and highly collectible look. In numismatics, unusual toning, coloring, or variations are always in high demand because they make a coin unique. Combine this with the already respected design of the 10-cent lyrebird and the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, and you have a coin that tells a rich story both artistically and historically. This is not just a coin, it's a piece of art shaped by time, condition, and rarity. Collectors know that these distinct variations will not be repeated, which is why the 2005 yellow dot 10-cent coin is commanding so much attention today. The key driver behind the value of this coin is its rarity. While millions of standard 2005 Australia 10-cent coins were minted, only a very small percentage display the yellow dot toning effect in such a clear and attractive way. The fact that this coin has survived in very fine condition further enhances its desirability. In coin collecting, condition is everything. The sharper the details and the less wear, the more valuable the coin becomes. Very fine condition is highly sought after because it means the coin has circulated but still retains strong detail and eye appeal. For collectors, the combination of rarity, condition, and uniqueness makes this 2005 coin one of the most talked about small denomination rarities in the current market. It is exactly the type of coin that sparks bidding wars at auctions, as enthusiasts compete to add something special to their collection. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know, the current value of this rare Australian 10-cent coin. In today's auction market, they are reaching into much higher dollar ranges as collectors recognize their uniqueness. Depending on the sharpness of the toning, the appeal of the yellow dots, and the preservation of details, these coins can sell anywhere from $430,000, and in some cases even more if the coin is particularly attractive and bidders are eager. This is an incredible return considering the coin's humble face value of just 10 cents. The rising interest in toned and rare Australian decimal coins has pushed demand upward, and the 2005 yellow dot 10-cent piece is now considered a hot property in numismatic circles. If you're a collector or even someone who just enjoys checking their loose change, this is the perfect opportunity to keep your eyes open. Always inspect 2005 10-cent coins carefully and look for the distinctive yellow dot toning. Even coins in lower grades can attract interest, but those in very fine condition or better are where the true value lies. When handling these coins, avoid excessive cleaning or polishing, as natural toning is what collectors prize the most. Storing your coins properly in coin flips or capsules will help preserve their condition and maintain their appeal. For those who want to maximize their investment, staying active in auction markets and keeping up with collector forums can give you an edge in understanding just how quickly the value of these coins is growing. In conclusion, the 2005 Australian 10-cent coin with yellow dot toning in very fine condition is much more than just a small piece of change. It represents a unique chapter in Australia's decimal coinage, a rare and eye-catching variety that continues to rise in demand. With its rich background, beautiful design, and distinct natural toning, this coin has earned its place among today's most valuable modern Australian rarities. For collectors, it is a reminder that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places, even in your pocket change. And for investors, it is proof that the numismatic market continues to reward those who recognize rarity and act quickly. This is one coin that will only become more desirable in the years ahead, making it a truly golden opportunity hidden in silver metal. Next up, today, we are diving into the world of Australian decimal coinage, and the spotlight is on a fascinating and highly collectible piece, the Australian 10-cent coin from the year 2002. At first glance, it might look like an ordinary coin you could find in your pocket change, but don't be fooled. This coin, especially in fine condition, has become one of the most talked about gems in the coin collecting community. It's not just money, it's history, art, and rarity all rolled into one. And in today's auction market, this coin is in such high demand that collectors are willing to pay impressive amounts in dollars to get their hands on it. So let's uncover why the 2002 Australian 10-cent coin is turning heads and why it could be sitting as a hidden treasure in your collection. The Australian 10-cent coin was first introduced in 1966, when Australia shifted from pounds and shillings to the decimal system. Designed by Stuart Devlin, who is known as the Royal Goldsmith, the coin's iconic reverse side features the lyrebird, one of Australia's most remarkable native birds. Fast forward to 2002, this year holds a special place in the timeline of Australian coins. It marked an era where coinage was produced with precision and artistry, but at the same time, certain years like 2002 saw lower mintages and fewer coins surviving in high quality as they entered circulation. This background makes the year 2002 10-cent coin more than just another piece of change. It represents a blend of national identity, craftsmanship, and scarcity that collectors absolutely love. One of the most captivating aspects of the 2002 Australian 10-cent coin is its detailed design. On the obverse, you will find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which reflects Australia's strong ties with the Commonwealth and symbolizes continuity through generations. On the reverse, the lyrebird design comes alive, with its delicate feathers carefully engraved to showcase Australia's unique wildlife heritage. In fine condition, the details of the lyrebird remain sharp and crisp, making the coin stand out among circulated examples. The edge is milled, giving it an extra layer of texture and authenticity. What makes this coin particularly attractive to collectors is how beautifully it holds up even after years of circulation. The 2002 issue has a certain character that makes it instantly recognizable and highly desirable in numismatic circles. Now let's talk about what makes this coin rare. While the mintage of 10-cent coins is generally high, not every coin survives the test of time and collectible quality. The 2002 10-cent coin in fine condition is not something you'll easily find in just any wallet or coin jar. Many have been lost, worn down, or damaged through everyday use. That is why those few that remain in good collectible shape are fetching high demand among enthusiasts. Rarity in coin collecting isn't just about low mintage. It's about how many coins are still around in top condition today. Combine that with the fact that collectors are always searching for complete year sets, and the 2002 becomes a must-have. This strong demand has created a competitive edge in the auction market, where collectors are eager to outbid each other for this particular piece. When it comes to value, this is where things get exciting. In today's market, depending on the auction and the coin's preservation, values can range from several dollars to much higher figures as bidders drive up the price. The demand for this coin continues to grow, which means its market value is not only strong, but also on the rise. Many collectors see it as both a prized addition to their collection and a smart investment for the future. What was once a simple 10-cent piece is now commanding impressive $440,000, proving that even small coins can hold big worth in the right hands. For those looking to get their hands on a 2002 Australian 10-cent coin, here are some important things to keep in mind. Always check the condition carefully, as fine or higher grade coins are, where the true value lies. Keep an eye on reputable auctions and trusted coin dealers who can verify authenticity. Storing your coins properly is essential. Use protective holders or albums to prevent scratches and wear. And most importantly, stay active in the collecting community. Many of the best finds and opportunities come through networking with fellow collectors. Remember, coins like the 2002 10-cent are not just about monetary value. They also represent history, artistry, and pride in collecting. To sum it up, the Australian 10-cent coin from 2002 in fine condition is much more than a small piece of metal. It's a treasure that tells the story of Australia's rich numismatic history, showcases unique design, and offers collectors a rare opportunity to own something truly special. Its rising demand in today's auction market proves just how valuable this coin has become. So if you come across one, consider yourself lucky. You may be holding a coin that carries both financial value and historical significance. The hunt for rare coins continues, and pieces like the 2002 10-cent coin remind us all that treasures can still be found in the most unexpected places. Keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows? Your next coin find might be worth far more than you ever imagined. Next up, in Today, we are diving into the world of Australian decimal coinage. And our spotlight is shining on one of the most fascinating pieces that collectors are chasing after in today's market, the Australian 10-cent coin from the year 2001. Now, this might look like an ordinary coin to the untrained eye, but let me assure you, the 2001 Australian 10-cent coin in fine condition is proving to be a highly desirable rarity that is drawing big attention at auctions, and its value is rising steadily. In this video, we will uncover the history, the unique features, the rarity, and why collectors are paying strong dollars for it today. So if you're holding on to one of these coins, stay tuned, because this could be your gateway into the world of rare Australian numismatics. The Australian 10-cent coin has been a staple of the nation's currency system since decimalization was introduced in 1966. Designed by Stuart Devlin, the coin sculptor of Australia, the 10-cent piece features the iconic image of the lyrebird, one of Australia's most extraordinary native birds, on the reverse side. The obverse side, of course, carries the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, which has changed across different years to reflect official portrait updates. The year 2001 holds a special place in Australia's coinage history because it was not just another year, it was the centenary of Australia's federation. To mark this national milestone, the Royal Australian Mint released a number of commemorative coins. But among those circulating in the same year, the standard 10-cent coin of 2001 has turned into a collector's prize because of its scarcity in fine and uncirculated conditions. While millions were minted, only a small fraction survived in collectible quality. And that is what makes this particular coin stand out today. The 2001 Australian 10-cent coin is easily recognizable by its classic design. The graceful lyrebird on the reverse and Queen Elizabeth II's effigy on the obverse. But what separates this year from others lies in its age, preservation, and collector's significance. After more than 2 decades in circulation, most of the 2001 coins are worn, scratched, or discolored. Finding one in fine condition or better is a real challenge, and that makes it special. Collectors are also drawn to the historical significance of the year 2001. as it coincides with Australia's Federation centenary celebrations. This backdrop gives the coin an added layer of story and importance beyond its monetary function. Each time collectors look at this coin, they are not just seeing metal, they are holding a piece of Australia's heritage from an unforgettable year. What truly fuels the demand for the 2001 10-cent coin is rarity in quality condition. In coin collecting, condition is everything. A coin that is crisp, sharp, and well-preserved becomes exponentially more valuable than one that is heavily circulated. The 2001 Australia 10-cent coin in fine condition has become hard to find because it has been over 20 years since its release. Most coins have passed through thousands of hands, losing their luster along the way. But when one turns up in fine condition, collectors immediately recognize its worth. This rarity factor has pushed the coin into the spotlight of auction markets, where competition among collectors is fierce. And remember, rarity isn't just about how many were minted, but how many still survive in a grade that satisfies serious collectors. That's why this coin has become one of the highlights for those who are searching for modern Australian decimal treasures. Now let's talk numbers, because this is where it gets exciting. A 2001 Australian 10-cent coin in fine condition is now commanding strong values at auction. Its collector value can stretch far beyond that. Depending on demand, condition, and bidding competition, these coins can reach impressive dollar values in today's market, often fetching between $470,000 in fine condition, with higher grades pushing even further. And what's most important is that the trajectory of this coin's value is upward. Collectors are realizing the scarcity of well-preserved examples, and that is translating into higher prices with each passing year. This is not just a coin, it's an asset that continues to gain recognition and financial strength in the world of numismatics. If you are lucky enough to have a 2001 Australian 10-cent coin, the first thing to do is protect it. Store it in a coin capsule or protective sleeve to prevent further wear and damage. Keep it away from moisture and direct handling, as oils from the skin can dull its shine over time. If you are hunting for this coin, check your loose change carefully. You never know when a valuable piece might slip into your hands. Also, keep an eye on auction sites and reputable coin dealers, as they often list these coins for collectors ready to pay premium prices. Building connections with other collectors can also open doors, because sometimes rare pieces exchange hands within communities before they even reach the wider market. Remember, patience and knowledge are key in coin collecting, and the 2001 Australia 10-cent is a coin well worth the wait. To wrap it up, the Australian 10-cent coin from 2001 in fine condition is more than just a piece of currency. It is a rare treasure that captures both history and value. With its Federation year significance, its scarcity and collectible condition, and its rising demand in today's auction market, this coin is proving to be one of the hidden gems in Australian decimal coinage. Collectors are chasing it, values are climbing, and those who hold on to this coin are sitting on a piece of numismatic gold disguised as silver metal. So, the next time you check your coin jar or pocket change, keep an eye out. You might just have a 2001 Australia 10-cent coin waiting to reveal its true worth. Next up, today we are diving into a truly special piece of Australian currency history, the 1968 Australian 10-cent coin. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary silver-colored coin you might have seen in circulation. But when you take a closer look at its age, history, and collectability, you realize this coin is far from ordinary. In fact, this very coin, even in circulated condition, has gained remarkable attention in the collector's market, fetching impressive dollar values at auctions worldwide. So if you happen to own one or discover one hidden in your change jar, you might be holding on to a valuable gem without even realizing it. The Australian 10-cent coin was first introduced in 1966, following the country's switch from the pre-decimal system of pounds, shillings, and pence to the modern decimal currency we use today. The 1968 issue came just 2 years into this new era of Australian coinage, making it an early and highly desirable example for collectors who cherish the foundational years of Australia's decimal history. Designed by Stuart Devlin, the 10-cent coin features one of the most iconic native creatures of Australia, the lyrebird, on the reverse side. On the obverse side, it carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, who was then in the early decades of her reign. Because of its place in history, the 1968 10-cent coin carries not just monetary worth, but also cultural and historic significance, making it one of the top pieces sought after by serious numismatists. What makes the 1968 Australian 10-cent coin so appealing isn't just its age, but also its unique design and craftsmanship. The lyrebird, a symbol of elegance and natural beauty, has been rendered in exquisite detail, showing off Devlin's incredible artistry. Collectors admire how the design has stood the test of time, still sharp and attractive, even in coins that have seen circulation for decades. The 1968 coin is also composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a resilient silvery appearance that has helped many examples survive, in relatively good condition despite more than half a century of handling. When collectors talk about timeless coins, the 1968 Australia 10-cent is always at the top of the list because of its blend of artistry, durability, and symbolic representation of Australia. While millions of 10-cent coins were minted in Australia over the years, the 1968 issue stands out because of its early minting date and the fact that fewer high-quality examples remain today. Circulation over more than 5 decades has naturally worn down most of these coins, and that's what makes even circulated condition examples stand out in the market. Collectors often jump at the chance to own a coin from this period, especially since early decimal issues are increasingly hard to find in everyday change. The rarity of this coin, combined with its connection to Australia's coinage history, has made it highly sought after in auctions, where demand continues to grow year after year. Now, here's where it gets exciting. In today's auction market, a 1968 Australian 10-cent coin in circulated condition can still achieve a strong value, surprising many who underestimate its worth. Depending on the overall wear and eye appeal, these coins can fetch anywhere from $490,000, and in some cases even higher if the coin has retained more detail. That is an incredible return. Collectors and investors alike see these coins as treasures, especially when grouped with other early decimal issues, making them not only a beautiful addition to a collection, but also a wise financial holding. For those who are passionate about building a coin collection or even starting one, the 1968 Australian 10-cent coin is a fantastic choice. When seeking out examples, pay attention to the overall sharpness of the lyrebird design and the condition of Queen Elizabeth's portrait, as these details influence desirability. Even circulated coins hold strong value, so do not be discouraged if you cannot find a mint state version. Storage is also important. Keep your coin in a protective case or coin album to preserve its condition and future value. If you're lucky enough to have multiple 1968 10-cent coins, holding on to them can be a smart move, since demand has only been rising as collectors look to secure early decimal issues. In conclusion, the 1968 Australian 10-cent coin is much more than just small change. It represents a turning point in Australia's monetary history, carries artistic and cultural beauty, and continues to capture the attention of collectors across the globe. Its value in the auction market has proven that even circulated examples are treasures worth keeping, with impressive returns in dollars. For collectors, this coin is a must-have, and for anyone who happens to discover one, it's a reminder that history and value can be found in the smallest of places. So next time you come across an old 10-cent coin from 1968, treat it with care. You might just be holding a rare piece of Australian heritage and a coin that is in truly high demand today. And like to subscribe to my channel, and happy collecting.